Once upon a time, or at least that's how stories like these usually start, I stumbled upon a town that nobody seemed to know about. I wasn't on a quest for the strange or supernatural. It just happened during one of those random road trips with friends. We were cruising down a winding road, surrounded by thick woods, when a sign appeared out of nowhere. "Welcome to Eldridge." Now, none of us had ever heard of Eldridge, and it wasn't on any map. But curiosity got the better of us, and we took a detour. As we entered the town, things got weird. The streets were eerily quiet, and it felt like we had stepped into a time capsule. The houses were old, not charming vintage, but run down like they'd seen too many winters. The only signs of life were flickering street lamps and the occasional curtain twitching as if someone was watching us. We parked near a diner that looked straight out of the 50s, neon sign, faded colors, and a vibe that screamed, "You're not welcome." Hungry and slightly creeped out, we decided to give it a shot. The bell jingled as we entered, and the place fell silent. The few patrons seated at the counter turned to stare at us, their eyes lingering a bit too long. The waitress, a woman who seemed like she had witnessed decades pass by, shuffled over. No friendly smile, just a monotone. "What'll it be?" We ordered, and as she walked away, a hushed conversation erupted among the locals. It was like we were the main act in a play nobody had rehearsed. The food arrived suspiciously fast, and the taste matched the town's vibe, bland and unsettling. The locals continued their hushed chatter, occasionally glancing our way. We ate quickly, paid in cash, because who knows what using a card might unleash, and headed back to our car. As we drove through Eldridge, we noticed the buildings seemed to loom over us, almost like they were hiding something. There were no parks, no kids playing, just a town frozen in an odd, unsettling time. We decided to ask for directions, thinking it was high time to leave. Approaching a group of elderly folks on a porch, we inquired about the nearest highway. They stared at us with blank expressions, then one of them pointed towards a road that seemingly led nowhere. No words, just a gesture, as if they wanted us out, fast. Taking the hint, we followed the mysterious road until it eventually merged with the familiar hum of civilization. Eldridge disappeared in the rearview mirror, leaving us with an unsettling feeling. We checked maps, searched online, but Eldridge remained a mystery, a town that seemed to exist only in our shared memory. To this day, whenever we reminisce about road trips, Eldridge comes up. A town that never existed on any map, yet its memory lingers like a strange dream. Or maybe a nightmare. The place where time stood still, and the only thing that seemed real was the unsettling feeling that we stumbled upon something that was never meant to be found. One day, my curiosity led me to a town that never existed on any map. It was like stumbling into an alternate reality. The buildings stood, the streets stretched out, but there was an eerie silence, as if the town held its breath. As I wandered, the air seemed heavier, and the shadows clung to the corners like secrets refusing to be told. There were no people, no signs of life, just the lingering feeling of something unseen watching from the periphery. Doors creaked in the non-existent wind, and the windows whispered untold stories. Every step echoed, making the empty streets feel like they held the secrets of 1,000 abandoned moments. The town square, with its untouched fountain, felt frozen in time. It was a place that never saw laughter or shared conversations. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was a trespasser in a space where no one was meant to be. As I turned a corner, a flicker of movement caught my eye, a swing swaying in a non-existent breeze. I approached cautiously, half expecting it to stop, but it continued its eerie dance. It was a reminder of a life that never played out, a playground frozen in solitude. The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows that seemed to reach out from the town's edges. The air grew colder, and an invisible chill settled in. I quickened my pace, feeling a growing unease as the town whispered secrets I couldn't comprehend. Eventually, I reached the outskirts, the boundary where reality and the unseen met. The town disappeared in the rearview mirror, and as I drove away, it felt like I was leaving behind a place that was never meant to be found. On a road trip, I stumbled upon a town that seemed to defy existence. It wasn't on any map, and its presence felt like a glitch in the fabric of reality. The streets were there, the buildings stood tall, but it was a town trapped in an eternal hush. As I explored, the town's peculiar aura became evident. No bustling shops, no humming of daily life, just an unsettling quiet that wrapped around me like a mystery waiting to unfold. It was as if the town held a secret it dared not share. The building stood in silent testimony to lives never lived. Closed storefronts, untouched benches, and windows that reflected a reality untouched by the passage of time. It was like a film set waiting for the director's cue, but the scene never played out. Wandering through the vacant streets, I felt a sense of intrusion, like I was witnessing the remnants of a story that had been erased. The air hung heavy with the weight of the unseen, and every footstep echoed like a question mark in a place that held no answers. As twilight descended, the town took on a different character. Shadows stretched and danced, creating illusions of movement in the quiet corners. It felt like the town was awakening, revealing a side of itself that only emerged in the shroud of darkness. Driving away, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had glimpsed something beyond the ordinary. The town remained elusive, a vanishing memory in the rearview mirror, leaving me with a haunting sense that some places are meant to be seen but never truly discovered.